Hi everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House. My name is Claire Candy Huff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003. It was a soul exchange when the former soul of Claire Candy walked out of her body, and I, Angel Ariel, walked in to take over her responsibilities and to be of service to humanity. Now, welcome to Walk-in Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for this upcoming week of October 31st. Can you believe it's going to be Halloween tomorrow? And that will go through till November the 6th. If you're interested, you can find out more information about walk-ins in my award-winning #1 Amazon International best-selling book, I Am an Angelic Walk-in. And yes, that is me on the cover, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. And for those who are returning, welcome back. Thank you for being loyal subscribers to my YouTube channel. If you want to find out more about my content, please do subscribe and like and share this with others so that they can find out the information if they're interested in walk-ins as well. For those who are new, let me tell you a little bit about myself. For the past 20 years, since my angelic walk-in experience in 2003 of January, I am a Reiki master teacher. I'm an intuitive counselor. I'm a channel. I'm a psychic clairvoyant, tarot reader. There's lots of things I do. I've taught Reiki to hundreds of Reiki practitioners and also master teachers around the world on a one-to-one basis for the last 20 years. If you want to find out more about my services, more information, and also my award-winning books, please do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com, or you can call Angel Healing House on 831-277-3716, and do remember that's Pacific Standard Time, as we are in beautiful Santa Monica, California. Now, with the holidays fast approaching, I would like to share a 5-star review for my absolutely remarkable children's book, Angels of Faith. And this person writes, "Angels are always with us." Angels of Faith by Claire Candy Huff is an amazing story of unconditional love, healing, comfort, and hope. A story for individuals of all ages. Through the eyes of a little girl named Faith, we are taken on a beautiful angelic journey, a story which unfolds to teach us that death is not to be feared, but to be embraced with joy. The author speaks from her very personal 2 near-death experiences and shares her guidance, her wisdom, and angelic messages with those of us who are open to listening and to hearing the flutter of angelic wings. And that comes from Patricia Joyce in the USA. Now, to purchase this enchanting, heartwarming book, it is available on Amazon, or with the upcoming holidays, if you want to give it as a gift and you want me to autograph it, those autographed copies must be ordered from Angel Healing House. And that number is 831-277-3716 Pacific Standard Time. Now, for those that are new, we always start with a look into the celestial heavens, a look into the astrological aspects that are affecting all of us. So, as we do every week, let's dive right in. We are inching up towards a new moon this coming week, when the energies will change, and they will change on November the 1st. The first day of the 11th month is 111. Now, this is a very powerful number, and one of the most cited numbers when people begin to awaken. They become conscious. They see it on digital clocks. They see it on things like license plates, all of those things, call numbers for radio stations or whatever. It becomes very apparent to them that they they wake up at 111, that kind of thing. Ones do represent new beginnings for us. They represent new chapters in our lives, leadership, as well as positivity. Now, the posse of angels, this is my angelic family you'll hear me speak about. The posse of angels is reminding me of the number one card of the magician in the tarot deck, which is all about now having all the tools that we need within us to magically create our lives. It's also a sign that we're on the right path, and it's an indication that we are divinely protected on our journey to fulfilling our soul's destiny or our soul's dharma. This is the highest of our soul's purpose that we came back to do in this lifetime. Also, in a few days, the planet Mercury, which started to move out of retrograde on October the 18th, well, it will be completely moving forward on November the 2nd, leaving its post-shadow phase and now freely moving and regaining its former strength. With Mercury, the planet of communication, now barreling full speed ahead, it does herald a time of fresh communication flowing again. And with this ease of interaction, there'll be a greater chance of synchronistic encounters for there to be advantageous connections to be made, leading to things like collaborations, and for many contracts to be signed by these opportune offerings and opportunities and things that will come our way, because this is such a time of stepping onto our dharmic paths. And coming up, as I said before, there is a new moon on November the 4th, and this one will be in the sign of Scorpio. And this new moon may just be encouraging us to protect our energies by going within and shutting out the external world. The Posse of Angels and I, on my Angel Healing House blog talk radio show, which airs every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and has done weekly for the past 10 years, we did mention on there that Scorpio season, the watery, emotional sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about death and resurrection, rebirth, and rising from the phoenix and all of those things to be reborn. We were mentioning there that it is a great time to sit in reflection, and connecting with ourselves is a wonderful way to work with these scorpionic energies. Because many of us find ourselves in a new dimensional realm of higher consciousness, it's a great time to explore and discover new insights about our soul's journey. The more we allow ourselves this delicious time out, the more supported we will feel at this time. With one more day left in October, many in the conscious collective have felt that we have entered a very brand new territory. There are some who are referring to this new energetic space as the fourth dimensional reality. And this is acting very much like a holding space that is allowing us to get ourselves ready to be launched into the fifth dimension. Now, many people arrived in this new high energy because they've taken back their powerful, sovereign, inherent rights by deeply knowing that there is nothing outside of themselves that has any control over them whatsoever. And by doing so, they may not have realized it, but they reconnected to a high frequency brought on by merely being fearless. It is this fearless energy which helps us to not only to detach from the lower frequencies of the chaos and the drama and the separation of the third dimension, but it helps us to connect with our powerful, divine, eternal natures within. Now the posse of angels, they're going like this to me. They're shielding their eyes, and they're sharing that because we've taken back our sovereign rights and our freedoms, the light within us now is directly reflecting the same light-filled energies as those of ascended masters, those of the higher star seeds of higher consciousness, and those of the angels, and those who are members of the Galactic Confederation or the Galactic Council of Light, who are of higher frequency and higher light. Now that many have broken through into a higher dimensional reality, well, the posse of angels is asking us to review our lives and take a good look and have a good feel into where we find ourselves, to ascertain where our energies are within this very brand new dimension. Now, just because we've raised our consciousness, we still do have our free will. And there are still possibilities that one, if one chooses, can default back to previous programming. We must ask ourselves, are we still putting emphasis on blaming others as perpetrators and seeing ourselves as victims? Is there any focus placed on emphasizing things like separation, segregation, judgment, or concepts of division? Whether one chooses to refer to themselves as a light worker, a starseed, a walk-in, or somebody working consciously with the light, we all have been chosen to incarnate at this time, not to defeat anyone, including the dark, but we are here to hold higher frequencies of light and to bear witness to what has been perpetrated on this planet so that it never happens again. We no longer subjugate our rights as independent, sovereign beings, and so that we can still choose to hold unconditional love and forgiveness for others. Recently I had a client come to my Angel Healing House healing practice and say to me that she has a very hard time forgiving those who would knowingly perpetrate harm unto others for their own greed and their own corruption. The posse of angels and I reminded her that each one of us is made in the reflection of God's source creator, and that we are all divine underneath the choices and decisions that we make with our gift of free will. I explained to this client that it helps to realize that any outward form of darkness always has its start in trauma. Through my Angel Healing House healing practice, over the past 19 years, I have seen those clients who have experienced trauma and abuse in their childhood, who have had a great deal of difficulty finding their way back to the light and the joy within themselves. Once we recognize that darkness always has its start in trauma, then we can choose to shift our energies from not being able to forgive to demonstrating compassion for others and their harrowing, traumatizing journey that has led them to make dishonoring choices to then harm others. Please do remember that deeply harmed and deeply hurt people so often go on to hurt and harm others. To not only forgive others for their actions, but to really to empathize with their deep hurt, their deep pain, the degradation, and the humiliation is to find compassion in our hearts and to know at some deep level, because we all come from the same God source creator, that their journey is our journey. And the posse of angels wish for us to think back. They want you, think back to the things that we said or that we did previously when we were not so spiritually awakened and conscious. And while the things that we previously did and said may not be on the same dark level as some of the crimes against humanity, which we will be hearing about and which will be revealed, um, they came from our own unresolved trauma. It was fueled, our actions and the things that we said, they were all fueled by this unresolved trauma in ourselves. You know, I really do like the saying, there but for the grace of God source creator go I. For it was the intervening of God's grace, coupled with my free will choice to heal myself and see things from a different perspective, that brought me to a place in which I could make different, honoring choices, which then changed my reality because I no longer harmed or hurt others, because I was no longer harming and hurting myself. I got to the place where I forgave myself and I had deep compassion for who I was. So, the posse of angels is assuring us that there is nothing, absolutely nothing at this stage that can stop the planet ascending into a fifth dimension. And regardless of how it looks in our external world, everything is proceeding according to God's divine plan as our beloved planet transitions into a planet of light. So, if you're loving this content, remember that I post YouTube videos every weekend. I try to do them on Saturdays and upload them late in the afternoon on Saturdays. And also, do remember that I have a weekly radio program, Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio, every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And over the last 10 years of these weekly programs, of over 550 programs now, every week I give free mini angel readings to callers into Angel Healing House Radio. And that is a different number to my Angel Healing House number. And that number to call into the radio station is 646-716-6794. But that's only between 10 and 11 o'clock on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So let's go to the tarot cards. Let's go to the oracle cards to see what other messages the posse of angels have for us in the ensuing weeks. Let's go to these wisdom of the oracle cards. When I chose cards, the first card that came out for us was this one. No place like home. And it's a number 50, which is a number 5. Now, number 5s are the number of change. They're often the number of challenges as well. This card is about taking this remarkable gift of Scorpio season and allowing ourselves to go within. Go home within yourself. It's a time now to work on ourselves to be the best that we can possibly be, and that means to raise our light frequency as high as we possibly can. In fact, the posse of angels are being rather, let's say, cheeky, and they're saying for us to emulate the angels. Would the angels say what you're about to say? Would they think what you're thinking? Or would they act like you're about to act? By going within, we will focus on healing and the feelings that might be coming up at this time. We might be feeling betrayal. We might be feeling anger. And it may arise with many revelations and truths, which the posse of angels are saying that will be coming up about corruption and lies coming forth about crimes against humanity. And this could be causing a lot of anger and betrayal in the conscious collective. Within the safety of our inner sovereign sanctum, within our home, within ourselves, we are solely focused on being the loving, compassionate, forgiving, divine souls that we are, We're no longer focused on talk or discussions with those who still may be in the dark and still may not be seeing what we are seeing. This is an incredible time to focus on increasing our energies, increasing our higher light. Our loving frequencies is what is going to be most needed in the weeks and the months ahead. There is no place home like now, and that's where they want us to be. Number 5 is the number of change. Next card that came out for us was this card, and it's called Truth Be Told. And it's a 14 card, which is another number 5. Again, number 5s are about change and challenges. Now, the Truth Be Told card is about those revelations and those lies about all of those who sought to work and were paid by the dark agenda to harm humanity. All about those things are coming to light. And they're saying that it will be very difficult for even the most awakened of us to see the depths of betrayal that has been perpetuated on this planet. But for those who are not awakened, there'll be a massive shock of betrayal that has been perpetuated. And it will send shockwaves, massive shockwaves through the earth. All of these things, the betrayal that they're speaking about, or all of these things that are unholy, these things that are not connected with God, Source, Creator, and these things that are not humane, many will be traumatized and deeply, deeply shocked. Be there for others. Don't say, I told you so, which always doesn't make things any better. But do be there to be supportive, to be loving, to be kind to others as they're going through this massive, massive anger or betrayal. Let's see, what else are they saying? Also, you can be there for others, but do not allow others to decrease your high frequencies at this time because of these shock waves of trauma that are going to be rippling through Mother Earth, because your high light level is needed more than ever at this time when truth will be told on the planet. Wow, very, very emotional time. The next card is Here and Now. Oh my gosh, it's another 5 card. It's a 32. The number 5 is again about changes, about challenges. It's about restlessness, and it's very much, they're telling me, like the Hierophant card in the tarot deck. The Hierophant card presents itself to us when it's the great teacher. It's the great learning needs to take place. And it acts like a messenger between the people of the earth and the heavens. And so to have 3 5s in 3 different forms, a 50, a 14, and a 32 come out at this stage is very, very telling. This Here and Now card is for each and every one of us to be fully present. No spiritual bypassing, even those of us who know what's going on this planet and have known for a very long time about the crimes of humanity and the deception and the corruption and the lies. We need to be and bear witness to this great turning point in Earth's history. The posse of angels is saying, by being present and becoming that neutral observer, we'll be able to bear witness to these heinous crimes so that it never, ever, ever will happen again. Be here and now, just as that neutral, silent observer. They are saying, oh, isn't this wonderful? They're saying, long after you have completed your physical incarnation, in times to come, those of us that have had the courage and the strength and the bravery to come back at this time and hold the light, many of us will be spoken about in very revered terms, that we did have the gumption and the guts and the courage to come back and to hold the light, to dissipate the darkness on this planet. So that's all we need to do now. We need to bear witness. We need to be the neutral observers and to keep our vibrational frequency high. By that first card, No Place Like Home, this tells me that in the next weeks, in the next months, 6 weeks to 8 weeks, that the revelations will start coming out. And that's why we need to go within and keep that peaceful, quiet, still countenance connected to all things of God, Source Creator, and all things of the angels, so that we can be the strong pillars to bear witness and to help others through this time, very traumatizing time, which needs to come forth. Now, a few more cards of advice on the advice or messages from the Posse of Angels. This one from, where is that deck? Oh, it's all the way. Oh, this one, The Sacred Forest. Beautiful cards by Denise Lynn. This card came out, and it's the card of the reflecting pool, stillness. They're reminding us that in stillness we will find peace beyond peace of mind. As we go within, we connect with our hearts. We don't see this as a time of a time to be rushed or a time to be gotten over. This is a historical time on the planet, but we need to be in stillness now. And whatever anger or blame or trauma comes and rises to the surface, they're saying don't resist it. And please do not judge it, whatever it is. Know that you did your best with what you had at that time or what you knew. And each of us who have lived on this planet have gone through in giving up our power to authorities who told us they knew better than us as far as our health, as far as our safety, as far as what we put into our bodies, whatever it was. And it was not for our best interests. And so don't beat ourselves up. Know that you did your best, and it's time to forgive yourself, have compassion and unconditional love, not only for yourself, but for others as well. And this can be only done in complete stillness as we go within to our homes within. There is no place like home. The other card that came out, and this one is from this lovely deck by Colette Baron Reed, The Oracle of the Seven Energies. And this one came out, which was Willing Release. Reminds me every time I walk along the ocean, every time I see one of these dandelions, I can't help but it. The little child inside of me runs over, picks it up, and with all my might I make wishes. But with the Willing Release card coming out, it is about total surrender. It's about letting go, knowing that this time was always foretold. It was part of the divine plan for the planet, when the dark would be revealed, so that Earth could finally be cleansed for her to enter into a new time of peace, a new time of prosperity, and a time of equality and unity for all. The Posse of Angels are reminding us to surrender any expectations and attachments that you have as to when this has to happen. They're saying it's already happened. Otherwise, we wouldn't see all these revelations and disclosures. We wouldn't see people taking back their health choices. We wouldn't see people taking back their freedoms and their liberties. So please, surrender the timing, any expectation on dates, an event that has to happen, or how this will occur, because they want to remind us that the butterfly is there, things are transforming, and it's all in the hand of the higher minions and God's source creator, this divine plan for the planet to ascend into a planet of light. How beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much, Posse of Angels. Let me grab the cards and have a shuffle. While I'm shuffling, do have for those who are going out trick-or-treating, have a safe time. It's a joyous time. It's a lovely time getting dressed up. Those people who celebrate the veil getting very thin and connecting with their loved ones, the Day of the Dead. It's like honoring them, and I'm just getting shivers all over from my loved ones who have passed over, just have lots and lots of fun. Let me see. I can't believe that we're going into November already. It's in many ways the time has just flown by. In other ways, it felt like pushing molasses across a flat surface. Nothing was happening, it seemed, but a lot was going on under the surface, and a lot was being done that we had no idea above us. From the angels, the ascended masters, the Galactic Council and Confederation of Light that intervened and has brought about the assurity of this planet ascending into a planet of light. So one cutting of the cards, actually three. 1, 2, 3. First card that's coming out for us. Oh, it's a 5 card. Wow, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay. Again, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is that number of that spiritual teacher, that spiritual mentor that comes to us with the knowledge that we need for the great learning to occur that marries both heaven and earth. This is the truth coming out so that we can know the extent of the dark agenda, things that have been done on this planet, in order, forewarned is forearmed, for it to never happen ever, ever again, and for us to really understand how not to give our sovereign, powerful choices away to anybody, no matter who they are. Wow. I just mentioned the Hierophant, and that came out. Next card that's coming out for us is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is telling us that this is a destined time on the planet. It's been foretold for 26,000 years that the Earth would ascend into a time of prosperity, of peace, of truth, of justice coming to the planet, where everyone has a right. Everyone has a right to their health choices. Everyone has a right to their liberties. Everyone has a right to have clean water without fluoride and clean air without chemtrails, and to make their own choices and to live in peace and not under the yoke of any authority who is telling us what to do and making billions of dollars off of us by threatening us to follow their choices. Anyway, this is about destiny taking over, and it's a 1 card. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 is coming up on November the 1st. And another important date, which I didn't mention, is the 1111 portal coming up. And with us being in, I'm just getting shivers all over, with us being in this new, very new high vibrational, energetic level or dimension, someone would call it the higher dimension, it's going to be amazing what's going to be revealed now, because we're strong enough to take it, strong enough to see it. Okay, so great card. Next card. Look at that card. We've got the vulture, we've got the vampire bat, What else do we have? What else did I? These are my cards, by the way. I designed them so long ago. Oh, we got the spider coming down. This is the nightmare card, and this is what many people are going to react when they see the level of trauma and betrayal that has been perpetrated on this planet. Again, even if you know about it, it's going to be traumatizing for even the most brave, the strongest of us. Do be there for others, truly. Be there as a comfort. Be there to listen. Again, don't say I told you so. But yeah, a lot of people, that's what they're going to be feeling like, this level of betrayal that's coming out. Next card, oh my gosh, it's a progression. Look at this progression. We go from this nightmare of the Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords. This is the finality. Look at that. The swords being thrust at this person as he's running through. But the thing that I like about this card most is that he's running towards the sun. The sun. And there's a seagull, and there's a reason I've put things in my cards. The seagull is a sign of adaptability. We are more adaptable and stronger and more powerful than we ever can imagine. And this is just strengthening us. And this is the end. This will be the ending before that era of peace and prosperity comes to the planet. But we have to get through this. We have to get through seeing this. Next card. Oh my gosh. Next card is the Tower card. Okay. Look at the mice. Oh gosh, look at the mice. They're shivering there as they're seeing the lightning crash on the tower. Okay, at least I didn't want to have people jumping off the tower to their death like many traditional tarot cards have. When the Tower card is presented, what I like most about it is it's a breakdown of everything in order for something to break through. Again, we have to see these crimes against humanity. We have to see these revelations in order for it to never happen again. And for us to have really experienced what it felt like to have our liberties taken away. Because unless we experience something, and heaven knows this, unless we experience something, we can't just read about it, we can't just be told about it, we actually have to experience it. Every time the Tower card appears in a tarot reading, it means that something will be broken down and then something new will come very quickly afterwards. But for those new structures and those new systems to be built, the old must be revealed. Oh, okay, this is a bit of a lighter card as we went through that series, which was very important. The 8 card of Strength. Beautiful, look at that line. Look at that little lammy, he's so cute. The courage and the bravery and the strength. Again, the posse of angels are saying to you, thank you. You might not be a spiritual teacher, you might not be a spiritual leader, but within your own family, within your own community, you may be the light that touches others with your generosity and your kindness and your compassion and your forgiveness. You're strong enough. You are strong enough and brave enough to come back at this time in Earth's history to hold the light. And they're saying thank you. But the funny thing about this card is that there's strength in being gentle. We no longer are combative in the higher dimensional frequencies. We are no longer violent and trying to push somebody to believe what we believe. Our strength comes from our peace and our compassion and our unconditional love and our forgiveness for others. That's where the strength is in the higher dimensional frequencies. How many more? They say a couple more. Here's the World card. The world is changing. On my Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio show, I've spoken about the vision that Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, has given me of her arms reaching up, just very much like this card, and holding that laurel wreath of victory and saying it's her time to shine. No more darkness. No more dumbing down of the light. Just this new cycle that is beginning on the planet. And it's oh so extraordinary. That beautiful light that's coming off of that card. Next card. Oh, this is the Ace of Cups. This is the love that's overflowing on the planet. That's because the dove is saying that it's divinely meant to be. The abundance that will be overflowing. As I've said on my radio program, people that are homeless, people that don't have food, was never about money. All of these charities collecting money, where did it all go? They're still homeless. There's still people not having enough food. It was never about money. It's about humanity. It's about caring and kindness and generosity. That's what it was about. And this overflowing of love, it's a one card. It's a new beginning of love and compassion and forgiveness and kindness on the planet. And that's what we're ushering in now. Be the reflection of that. And the last card is the Angelic Temperance card. You, with your higher vibrational frequencies, are now taking this knowledge of these revelations, and look how she's mixing things back and forth. She's mixing them in order to temper them, in order to balance them out. And of course, the rainbow is about ushering in those new energies that are going to be creating a heaven on earth for everyone and not just a small elite group. And certainly the energies of this month of November and with Scorpio being a water sign, it's a very clearing and cleansing energy. We need to see all of this in order so that we can acknowledge what we've been through, so that we can thank it for its extraordinary contrast in teaching us what not to do ever again, in order for us to bless it so that we can finally release it from having any negative effect on us ever again, and for us to live in joy and peace and love. To end today's session, as I do every week, let's go to my Making Magic cards. So, while I don't go out trick-or-treating, I think I'm going to dress up like an angel this year. Come to think of it, for the last 20 years since I did have my angelic walking experience, I've dressed like an angel. The posse of angels are saying to me, what else would you dress as? Oops, that one just came out. Oh my gosh. One enchanted evening. The perfect night. Oh my gosh, something magical is going to occur. I was just thinking about getting dressed up. Not that I'm going anywhere. Maybe I'll be going someplace etherically. Ooh, getting shivers all over. Okay, I'm not sure what the posse of angels have in store for me, but oh my gosh, just got shivers. It makes me sing that song from South Pacific. Some enchanted evening, you will meet a stranger. Well, I don't want to meet anybody else since I have my twin flame peak, but you never know. Okay, let's have another one. Let's have another magical card popping out for us at this magical time of year. Ooh, what's this going to be? Love charm. Attract a lover, a soulmate, or a life partner. Now, don't worry, Pete. Don't worry, Pete, because I'm not going anywhere. But this could also be a business partner. This could be a lifelong friend coming in. What I'm going to be speaking about in my Angel Healing House blog talk radio show in the next couple of weeks is how so many people have drifted out of our lives as we're not in resonance, energetic resonance with them anymore. We just don't align with them, and how our new soul tribe will be coming in, and how these beautiful people who are most like us in energetic signature and are connected to our soul's dharmic journey will be coming in. So, one enchanted evening and love charm. Okay, one more. I'm excited. Well, there were two there. Okay, they're saying to take those two. All right, I'll take those two. Okay, this one is the silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. I love that word, serendipity. It is like synchronistic and miraculous when you put them together, and destined. Destined, synchronistic, magical, and miraculous make serendipity. So this is the star. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. And then this next one is wishes coming true, rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. Well, quite frankly, everyone, I will take all of those on this All Hallows Eve that's going to be happening tomorrow. Remember, everyone, to go out and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. Do remember, the Posse of Angels and I wish you to remember that you are more magnificent, you are more powerful, and you're more beautiful than you ever could possibly ever imagine. I'm wishing you love, as always, angel blessings. I look forward to speaking with you again in next week's video. Do join me this coming Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on my Angel Healing House blog talk radio show. Maybe you'll even call in for one of those free mini angel readings if you are interested in my books, which are One True Home, Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. Its sequel is I Am an Angelic Walk-In, and the enchanting, absolutely beautiful children's book for all ages about how we do not die, we're divine and eternal. It's Angels of Faith. Do remember to go on my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. To call Angel Healing House for any of my services is 831-277-3716. And although the books are available on Amazon, these two are available in audiobook form, as I am the narrator, along with professional voiceover actors, and Pete and I were the executive producers on producing these books. If you want autographed copies for gifts for the holidays, they must be ordered through angelhealinghouse.com. My heart to yours. Love you so much. Go out and fashion a beautiful life for yourself. Take care, everyone. Bye.